Early morning in the bustling city of Rivermark. Kareem Donis, a quiet young man in his early 20s, walks toward the Grand Union Bank. He's recently been hired as a cashier, a miracle, considering he never finished school. The badge on his chest reads, trainee, and though it gives him pride, the pay barely covers his bills. Kareem forces a smile as he steps behind his counter. But today, like many days, he is reminded of the weight he carries. His thoughts are interrupted when a tiny old woman arrives, clutching a cloth bag. She sets it down with a heavy thud. Inside, 4,000 tiny 1-cent coins. Kareem tries to explain politely that the bank cannot accept coins in such large quantities. But before he finishes, Mr. Hadim, the bank administrator, steps in. Sharp tone, cold stare, he orders Kareem to accept the coins, count them all, and apologize. The old woman walks away satisfied. Kareem's morning is ruined. On his break, Kareem rushes to the small tech room in the basement. His childhood friend, Tiana Rell, works there as head of digital security. She's always been brilliant, confident, and 2 steps ahead of everyone. She wants to join him for a quick break, but her supervisor shouts, "Tiana, another breach." Now, she sighs. Kareem offers to help. He may not have a degree, but he has a natural gift with computers, something Tiana has always admired. Inside the server, Kareem finds a strange program. Binary Echo. Smart, adaptive, hard to remove, but after a few clever moves, he deletes it and saves the bank from losing thousands. Tiana thanks him warmly. Kareem smiles, but he cannot tell her how he feels. Instead, he makes a mistake. He offers her a coffee with milk. Forgetting she hates milk, Kareem barely makes it home, stomach aching from stress. But the bathroom is occupied. His father, Mr. Donis, eventually steps out, slowly, calmly, announcing a new miracle business he invested his last money into. Herbal miracle pills. Kareem freezes. That money was meant for rent. They argue until Kareem storms into his room. Minutes later, he rushes back and finds his father on the floor. Tiana arrives to support him. Doctors say his father needs surgery. Cost: 80,000 credits. Kareem doesn't have even 800. He begs his boss for a loan. Mr. Hadim refuses. He asks to be placed on permanent staff to earn a higher salary. Another refusal. When he returns to the hospital, despair takes over. And then it gets worse. A group of tough-looking men corner him. His father borrowed money from them. They give Kareem 48 hours to repay the debt. Next morning, Kareem walks into the bank with a bruise on his face. People stare, especially the new employee, Asha Lee, charming, friendly, and clearly interested in Tiana. Bad timing, Kareem thinks. The troublesome old woman returns again, this time yelling because she was charged 1 cent as a maintenance fee. A tiny fee, a tiny problem, but her angry shouting gives Kareem a brilliant, dangerous idea. What if he steals just 1 cent from every account? No one would notice, and he would have enough to save his father. All night, Kareem writes a quiet, invisible program, a 1-cent siphoning script named Sandgrain. He hides it inside an email and sends it to Mr. Hadim. Once the administrator opens it, the virus quietly spreads across the bank. During a system reboot, triggered by Tiana, the virus digs deeper, reaching every account. By noon, Kareem transfers hundreds of thousands into a forgotten old account. But joy is short-lived. The loan sharks appear inside the bank. Kareem runs, leaps through a window, flags down a random car and offers a huge fee. In the speeding car, Kareem moves the stolen money to a new account where he can legally withdraw it. The gangsters chase them, but the driver, motivated by the reward, helps Kareem escape. Kareem reaches a distant branch, withdraws the money in cash, pays the criminals, and pays the driver. Then collapses on the pavement, exhausted and terrified. But his father's life is saved. For now. Next day, Kareem returns to work smiling for the first time in months. But news arrives that night. Mr. Hadim has been found dead. Rumors say it's connected to the bank's missing funds. Kareem has nightmares. He convinces himself it's coincidence. But he knows he lit the fuse. Security locks down the bank. No one is allowed to leave. The head of security, Director Zoran, arrives to find the hacker. Kareem panics. His email, his virus, his fingerprints. He sneaks into a restricted floor wearing a janitor uniform, erases footage, deletes logs, and accidentally frames Asha by typing his name when asked for credentials. A side door opens, footsteps approach, but Kareem hides and barely escapes detection. Tiana grows suspicious. Only one person she knows is good enough to hack the system. Kareem. Doctors inform Kareem that his father needs more follow-up care costing $20,000 more. Desperate, he attempts the same 1-cent theft trick at other banks, much more carefully this time. It works. He now has over 1 million credits tucked away. He buys a new apartment for his father. A car. Peace. Briefly, a new figure appears, Madame Vera, a powerful criminal who learned about Kareem's digital skill. She wants him. She wants half his earnings. She wants him to keep stealing. Kareem refuses, at first. But refusing Vera is dangerous. Very dangerous. Back at the bank, Tiana recovers old footage showing Kareem in places he should never have been. Her heart breaks. She confronts him. Kareem lies. Again. Tiana walks away, disappointed, hurt. Kareem's father is eventually kidnapped by criminals working for Vera's rival. To save him, Kareem is forced to reveal parts of his scheme. A violent confrontation erupts, kept non-graphic. Kareem escapes, wounded but alive. Tiana, conflicted but worried, tries to track him down. She uncovers shocking truth. Someone inside the bank, a high-level supervisor, has been hiding Vera's operations for years. Tiana is now in danger. Before we continue, just take 5 seconds of your time to subscribe and like the video so that it can help it reach more interesting people like you. Vera demands Kareem siphon 10 million credits in one night. He refuses. She kidnaps Tiana. Kareem breaks into the bank one last time, not to steal, but to expose Vera and save his friend. Security storms in. Tiana points a weapon at Kareem, torn between duty and friendship. Kareem apologizes for everything. He deletes the virus. He downloads all evidence against Vera. He hands it to Tiana. A gunshot echoes. Kareem pushes Tiana out of the way and takes the hit. Kareem wakes up, not in a hospital, but in an underground safe house, surrounded by a secret hacker collective known as Digital Karma. Their leader steps forward, a familiar face, Asha Lee. He was never just an employee. He was undercover. Asha smiles. Welcome to Digital Karma, Kareem. You're one of us now. You want to see what happened in part 2? Comment part 2, and if the comments reaches 1,000 I will drop part 2.